At the Global Health Summit, which aimed at coordinating global efforts against the COVID-19 pandemic, Chinese President Xi Jinping pledged to provide the developing world with more COVID-19 vaccines to the best of China's ability, calling for rejection of vaccine nationalism to make vaccines more accessible and affordable in developing countries. This is Xinhua Commentary. I'm Zong Pingping. One of the key messages delivered in President Xi's speech is closing the immunization gap. Calling for upholding fairness and equity to close the gap, President Xi said, quote, "It is imperative for us to reject vaccine nationalism and find solutions to issues concerning the production capacity and distribution of vaccines in order to make vaccines more accessible and affordable in developing countries." In the face of continuing ravages of the pandemic, repeated resurgence and frequent mutations of the coronavirus remain major threats to global health and solidarity. The pandemic is an extensive test of the global health governance system, and many serious issues have been exposed accordingly. For example, certain countries have hoarded large quantities of vaccines, far more than their actual needs, directly causing some developing countries barely have access to vaccines. Just as Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, the World Health Organization Director General, said many times and on many occasions, global cooperation and solidarity are the right paths that lead to tackling the COVID-19 pandemic. Having already supplied 300 million doses of vaccines to the rest of the world, China will provide more vaccines to the best of its ability, the Chinese president said. He also pledged to support Chinese vaccine companies in transferring technologies to other developing countries and carrying out joint production with them. Notwithstanding the limited production capacity and enormous demand at home, China has honored its commitment by providing free vaccines to more than 80 developing countries in urgent need and exporting vaccines to 43 countries. These measures focus on the current practical issues of vaccine production and distribution, face up to the most pressing issues of the global fight against the epidemic, and help establish a global immune barrier at an early date. The virus respects no borders or races. Solidarity and cooperation are the most powerful weapons to fight the pandemic. Countries, not only the G20 members, but all of them around the world, should rise above differences in history, culture, and social system and work together for a community with a shared future.